各位记者朋友，大家下。
Friends from the media, good afternoon and welcome to the regular press conference. First, I have two information to share with you. President Xi Jinping's special representative, member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee and Vice Premier of the State Council, Zhang Guoqing, will attend the memorial service for Iran's late President Raisi in Tehran on May the 22nd at the invitation of President Azali of the Comoros. President Xi Jinping's special envoy and Vice Chairperson of the National Committee of Chinese of the CPPCC, He Baoxiang, will attend the inauguration of President Azali in Comoros capital on May the 26th.
Spain, Ireland just say they are gonna recognize a Palestinian state. What's China's reaction, and is China planning to do the same? Thank you.
法新社刚才，西班牙和爱尔兰表示将不会接受巴勒斯坦国，请问中方对此有何回应？中方是否会采取相同的行动？
我们在8月中
China's position on the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is consistent. We believe that the current priority is to implement the UNGA Resolution 2728 to end hostilities and the unprecedented humanitarian crisis in Gaza and return to the political settlement of the Palestinian question based on the two-state solution. China will work with the international community for the early ending of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and the comprehensive, just, and full settlement of the Palestinian question. China will play a constructive role. Next question, please. Foreign Minister Wang Yi just attended the SCO Foreign Ministers Council meeting. Can you share with us more information? On May the 21st, Director Wang Yi attended the SCO Foreign Minister Council meeting on May the 21st. Foreign Minister Wang Yi said that the Shanghai spirit featuring mutual trust, mutual benefit, equality, consultation, respect for diversity, and pursuit of common development has become a fundamental guidance for the SCO and a banner in building a new type of international relations. The world we should better protect our common interests, better respond to challenges, and jointly defend fairness and justice. Foreign Minister Wang Yi proposed 4 opinions. First, stay strategic independence, stay united and cooperation. Second, stay committed to shared security. And third, stay committed to mutual benefits. And China will work with all parties to work for high-quality Belt and Road cooperation, strengthening synergization of different development agendas, and build on our developments. Foreign Minister Wang elaborated on China's position on the Taiwan question. He said that Taiwan question is the core of China's core interest, and Taiwan independent separatist activities is the biggest undermining factors for the peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. Lai Ching-te's action betrayed the nation and our ancestors. Their actions are shameful. No matter what they do, they will not change the history that Taiwan will return to China. Their actions will be remembered as the shame of history. The SCO member states stay committed to the One China principle. China highly appreciates that. We believe that all parties will continue to stand with China to oppose Taiwan independent separatist activities. Foreign ministers of SCO countries all speak highly of the SCO roles and development achievements. They all believe that facing the complex international situation, the SCO members should carry out Shanghai spirit, tap into cooperation potential, and contribute more for the world peace and development. The foreign ministers condemns all kinds of terrorist activities and agreed to crack down on the 3 forces. All parties believe that they should solve hotspot issues through diplomatic channels, respect the authority of UN Charter, and work for multipolar world. The meeting also prepared for the Astana summit.
Bloomberg. The Philippines president said on weekend that about a senior Philippine military official's audio recording with a Chinese diplomat, he will conduct an investigation. In the Senate inquiry held today, this military official denied agreement reached between him and this official. What's your comment?
Whether it's the gentleman agreements, internal understanding, or the new model reached between China and the Philippines, they all have clear timelines and solid evidence that no one can deny. The Philippines has discarded relevant persons in charge exactly shows that the two sides have reached common understanding on properly managing Ren Ai Zhao issue. Now the Philippines have going back on its words, showing that the Philippines is feeling guilty on its doing, and shows that the Philippines is the one that has made provocations. We again urge the Philippines to abide by the agreements and understandings, abide by the DOC, and respect regional countries' common will of safeguarding peace and stability in the South China Sea, rather than escalate tensions in this region. Next question, please.
环球时报提问：日前，巴基斯坦总统
Not long ago, Pakistani President Zardari, when receiving interview, he said that Pakistan is committed to the One China principle and emphasized that Taiwan is a part of China's territory, was China's comment. President Zardari recently, on behalf of Pakistan, reiterated its commitment to the One China principle and opposition to Taiwan independence, showing its firm support for China's just position and demonstrating the common call of the international community for safeguarding fairness and justice, showing that the One China principle is the common understanding of the international community. China highly appreciates his remarks. China and Pakistan are all-weather strategic cooperative partners and ironclad friends. China and Pakistan will continue to support each other on issues of each other's core interests and major concerns, and join hands in an even closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future. Next question, please.
The Vatican has said it would like to establish a permanent office in China. That would be a major upgrade of diplomatic relationship with Beijing. What conditions does the Vatican need to create in order for this to happen? And would China allow the Vatican to open an office in Beijing without a full diplomatic relationship being established? Thank you.
路透社，梵蒂冈。
中国和梵蒂冈。
In recent years, China and the Vatican have maintained interactions and had in-depth discussions on bilateral relations and international hotspot issues which advanced our mutual understanding and trust. China is willing to work with the Vatican to improve our relations. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人，您好，深圳卫视提问。5月22号是第24个国际生物。
Shenzhen TV. Today marks the 24th International Day for Biological Diversity, with the theme Be Part of the Plan. Could you share with us China's contributions to biodiversity production and global governance? We humanity are the stewards of our home planet Earth, and biodiversity is the key to keeping our planet healthy and making sure that humanity and the global economy will continue to thrive. As one of the first parties to sign and ratify the Convention on Biological Diversity, China highly values biodiversity conservation. Under the guidance of Xi Jinping thought, biodiversity conservation has become a national strategy and good progress is made. According to Catalogue of Life China 2024, released by the Chinese Academy of Sciences today, China added 6,423 species and 267 infra-specific texta. China is dedicated to building a community of all life on Earth. By embracing openness, inclusiveness, and cooperation, we are committed to working with the rest of the world to open up new prospects. In 2021, China hosted the 15th meeting of the Conference of COP15 and relevant activities, we were able to bring all parties together for the adoption of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework with a package of supporting policy measures. In January this year, the Ministry of Ecology and Environment released the China National Biodiversity Conservation Strategy and Action Plan 2023 to 2030, which made China one of the first countries to adopt biodiversity conservation strategies and actions after adoption of the framework. Since 2019, China has been the largest contributor to the core budget of Convention on Biological Diversity, as well as the largest developing country contributor to Global Environment Facility. China has become an advocate and champion in global biodiversity governance. We will remain part of the global effort to uphold a fair and equitable global order, form stronger global synergy, and establish coordinated and effective global dynamics on biodiversity protection for a beautiful world of harmony between humanity and nature. Next one, please.
Thank you for your answer on the Vatican. You said that China is willing to work with the Vatican to improve ties. What must the Vatican do if it wants? What conditions must the Vatican create if it wants to elevate ties with China? Thank you.
I've
already made clear that China would like to work with the Vatican for the continuous improvement of China-Vatican relations. Next question, please.
下午好，法新社提问。欧盟委员
AFP, European Commission President von der Leyen said yesterday that EU may increase tariffs on Chinese products, but EU will do something different from the United States practices. She said if China's subsidies to EVs are illicit and illegal, then EU will impose targeted tariffs. What's your comment?
China's development and openness brings opportunity rather than risks to Europe and the world. Protectionism will not solve the problem of the EU. It will protect those who are backward and lose the future. China and Europe are each other's second largest trading partner, and they are important forces to build an open world economy. China and Europe should solve specific trade issues through dialogue and consultation. China noted relevant remarks. We hope that the EU can honor its commitment, support free trade, and work with China to safeguard the larger picture of China-EU trade cooperation. Next question, please.
发言人好，北京日报记者提问：我们关注到外交部网站公布了对美国国会。
We noted that the Foreign Ministry announced on its website the decision to take countermeasures against former US Congressman Mike Gallagher. What message does the Foreign Ministry hope to send? Over the past few years, driven by selfish interest and bias, former member of the US Congress Mike Gallagher grossly interfered in China's internal affairs, which seriously undermined China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, disrupted China-US relations, and harmed China's interests as well as the common interests of China and the US. His actions were egregious in both nature and impact. In accordance with China's anti-foreign sanctions law, China decided to take countermeasures against him, including banning him from entering China, freezing his property in China, and prohibiting organizations and individuals in China from transactions and cooperation with him. Details have been released in the decree of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It must be stressed that China has unwavering resolve in upholding national sovereignty, security, and development interest. China will bring the full weight of law to bear against anyone or any organization bent on countering and containing China. Next question, please.
还有其他的问题吗？
Any other questions?
法新社提问。
AFP. My question is about a person charged with assisting the Hong Kong intelligence service who is named Matthew Trickett. a former Royal Marine soldier. He was found dead in a park in UK. What's your comment?
We noted relevant reports. We've already made clear our position on the so-called China's espionage case. We firmly oppose smearing China under the name of so-called espionage activities, and we urge the UK to stop political manipulation against China. Next question, please.
谢谢发言人。总台央视记者提问：据报道，美国财长
It's reported that U.S. Treasury Secretary Yellen said that Chinese production in areas such as electric vehicles, batteries, and solar panels exceeds global demand significantly, and the U.S. and Europe need to respond in a strategic and united way. And the G7 finance ministers meeting will focus on relevant issues. What's your comment? China has made clear our position clearly. The development of China's new energy industry is the result of technology accumulation and open competition. It is completely in line with the laws of market economy and principle of fair competition. China's capacity in new energy is advanced capacity that helps green transition rather than the so-called overcapacity. The U.S. is playing up of China's so-called overcapacity, run corners to facts and economic laws. It is protectionist in nature. According to U.S. logic, what product is exported in large amount, it is the so-called overcapacity. Then the U.S. large exports of soybeans, aeroplanes, natural gas are also the so-called overcapacity. And the G7 foreign ministers, G7 finance ministers meeting should focus on the U.S. overcapacity. The U.S. is attempting to coerce G7 members to set barriers for China under the name of the so-called overcapacity. This is to build a protectionist alliance which ran corners to the trend of the times, featuring openness and mutual benefits. It damages the benefits of consumers in relevant countries and will also harm the global green transition. I have to point out that green double standard will serve no one's practice. We cannot both respond to climate change and playing up protectionism. The U.S. cannot on the one hand hold high the banner of responding to climate change, asking China to take more responsibilities, while on the other hand hold high the stick of protectionism and hinder China's green products free trade. China would like to work with all countries in the world to deepen cooperation of new energy supply chain and industrial chain, work for open cooperation, reject protectionism, work for win-win results rather than lose-lose results. Next question, please. Any other questions? This is the end of today's press conference. Thank you.